you now have what's supposed to be a secured loan that is not secured. Right? All you have is a promissory note that's not secured. There's no security instrument. That's a separate document, like a deed of trust or a mortgage. And had the person gotten a deed of trust or mortgage signed by the borrower, congratulations, that would still be worthless. So another TC couldn't take on a deal and forwarded it to me. And it turns out that the borrower was borrowing for a new acquisition and they wanted to secure that loan with none other than my property. That borrower happened to be in the process of buying my property, but he was buying it above market rate price wise because I was going to sell or finance it to him. So I told the people that he was going to borrow from, I said, hey, this ain't going to work because number one, he doesn't own it yet and you're going to close before he gets to close, right? So he won't have authority to sign a deed of trust. Number two, even if he did own the property on seller finance from me, it will have negative equity at close of escrow. So then if he places a deed of trust on it and you have to foreclose, you get willy-nilly nothing. And I get cheated out of money too because I sold it to him for over market and anything it doesn't sell for, I lose too. So that's not going to work for multiple reasons. So he can't close on whatever that deal. He needs a different security property, and you better do a title search to make sure he's got equity. So I thought that was dead at that point. And I told homeboy, you're buying on contract for deed, not seller finance. We're switching this up because you're trying to use the property as security for loan. So again, I don't know if it's just absent-mindedness or fraudulent intent, but he's definitely playing with other people's money. So I thought it was dead. Here we are 4+ months later. Somebody contacts me and says, hey, I believe you're affiliated with this property and this person. It's a lender saying, hey, we're gonna have to like initiate foreclosure and stuff because it's secured by this property. And I'm like, sorry about it. Nope. Hate to hear about this. What happened? So they have a promissory note that says that my property is security. Okay. But how is it security? Well, it says on the note that he secured the loan with that property. I'm like, he doesn't own that property. He has it on a contract for deed. I own it. He doesn't have authority to place a deed of trust. Who wrote your promissory note? Who managed your paperwork? He gave me the name. I'm like, well, that's real disappointing because you now have what's supposed to be a secured loan that is not secured. Right? All you have is a promissory note that's not secured. Doesn't matter if you say it's secured. There's no security instrument. That's a separate document, like a deed of trust or a mortgage. And had the person gotten a deed of trust or mortgage signed by the borrower, congratulations, that would still be worthless because he did not have authority and does not have authority to sign additional debts on that property. No authority. So even if you had a secured loan, it would just be a fraudulent transaction. I hate to tell you all this stuff. I don't know any good news here, but I want you to know all the facts. You're probably going to have to sue him. He can be personally liable for any debts that he's incurred. He didn't sign up in an LLC name. He didn't sign a no recourse loan. Apparently, it's a recourse loan. You said it was Gator stuff, but the paperwork says it's a loan, and Gator is not lending. It's JVing. So the paperwork and the verbiage are inconsistent, but the fact is you have a promissory note with a personal guarantee and no real security. And had you had security, it would have been void from the beginning because he didn't have authority. So a good TC, number one, carries E&O insurance because you have the right to sue this person for misleading you. Don't attach my name to that conversation. Then they failed to get a security instrument in the first place. So whatever they did is not a secured loan. That's just really disappointing. I don't know how else to say that they should have known. Also, even if he did own the property, I already know that he would have negative equity. So a title search would have revealed that it is in debt for more than it's worth. A quick comping. You don't have to be a master at comping. So in no fashion can or should this have worked. This should not have been a loan having anything to do with my property. And had it had to do with any other property, the process should have been followed to make sure that it was really truly a secured loan by something that has equity to secure it. So a complete, total, and utter letdown by the transaction coordinator on this point. It's a lack of competence. I don't know what else to tell you.